What's up guys, welcome to the channel, and in this video we're going to be setting up the best loadout for the heavy class in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Before we get into the video, I encourage you guys to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video. In the comment section down below, let me know what your favorite original trilogy map is that'll be coming to Supremacy.
Hello there.
So the first thing I'm going to do is read off the Heavy's abilities and then go into 5-star cards that I think are the best that I usually tend to run in rotation for him. I'll list them best to worst, and then we'll talk about different ways that you can play the Heavy, and I'll show you guys some different, obviously, gameplay along the way that will highlight all of this dude's abilities, the best star cards for him, and then at the very end I'll show you guys like some kill streaks or how I run him on some certain maps, just so if you're not familiar with them, you can get some kills. So like I said, the first thing we're going to do is read his abilities, and his L1 is the impact grenade, and that is the default impact grenade detonates on contact with any object. Grenade's great for, hitting people on contact. You can either kill other troopers pretty much in one hit or damage them down to critical with this impact grenade, or if you're trying to take out an enemy hero that's pushing you in co-op or in any other mode, very good to have on you. The second one is his R1, which is the combat shield, and that is the default combat shield projects in front of you, offering a good balance between mobility and protection. I really like this when I'm playing close quarters maps like Death Star 2 or Takadana, where you're running up on people, trying to take objectives. This is really good for, putting this up once they're half health. If you're low on health, you can kind of save yourself and get an extra kill or two before you get murked off or regen some health. And the last one is his L1R1, which is a sentry, and this is hold the line by drawing a heavy rotary blaster. You and nearby allies take reduced explosive damage while you are in sentry mode, and I think this is probably the absolute best of all his abilities, and this is what makes him the best class in all of the game. The base sentry is pretty solid. It takes a while for you to start firing before you can actually kill people, and that's kind of my issue with it. But I think it's just really great in general for holding down points, or if there's a co-op respawn, you can get 5 or 6 kills pretty easily just with a sentry. So now we're going to jump into the best star cards that I run. So in at number 5, I have Bounty Hunter, and that's just that you gain battle points at an increased rate. I'd say run this. This is in my top 5 for everyone that I run, especially when I'm playing Galactic Assault or Cap Supremacy, just because I want heroes, I want to play as heroes. I think that's pretty much the main objective of the game, is to just get battle points so that you can play as, OP heroes, messing up some troopers. I have it at number 5 just because, it doesn't really affect your gameplay very much, but it does give you the extra boost you need when you want to get some heroes. In at number 4, I have the improved combat shield, and that is that an improved version of the combat shield featuring an additional health and quicker recharge. I run this one, especially like I said, when I'm playing close quarters maps like the End of Endor or Death Star 2 or any of those maps that are, end up being close quarters. This is something that you definitely want to run in those situations. You can pop this on or off in the game depending upon what map you're on, but like I said guys, this definitely makes the shield a lot better. I mean, quicker recharge is what you want, and more health is what you want when you're trying to shoot down, a close quarter enemy who might be an officer whose gun's gonna melt you down, but if you put the shield up, you have the advantage over pretty much every standard trooper as well as most special ability classes. And I'd say it does a good damage against blaster heroes, but again, like if there's a lightsaber hero coming at you, there's really nothing you can do, especially as just a normal trooper class. The third best star card that I run is the improved impact grenade. This is just a more powerful version of the impact grenade, featuring a larger blast radius and shorter recharge time. I used to run the detonator, the other one where you kind of just like toss it. It's like Hans, but just a very, watered down version of it, and it just doesn't travel as far for me. It does get kills if you get it up close to people, so, but you really have to be like run forward and then throw it out and run back if you want an opportunity to kill somebody. Whereas this one, you just kind of get into the vicinity, obviously, but impacts any of them. Every standard trooper class is dying at this point because of this impact grenade. In at number 2, we have Survivalist, and this is that your health regeneration delay is shorter than normal. Again, very good for smaller maps, especially if you're getting pushed up close. You play Galactic Assault or Supremacy, every life, especially at the beginning of maps, are very precious when you're trying to get heroes. So if you run up on somebody, get 2 quick kills, and then normally you would die off because your health regen time took forever, you put this star card on, it helps you just regen health faster so that you can go on higher kill streaks to get heroes. Again, doesn't really impact much of like the core abilities of the hero or of the heavy class itself, but just in general, it's a great card to run if you're trying to go on kill streaks and stay alive. And the number 1 star card that I run, and I'm telling you guys this is an absolute must, is the Mobile Sentry. This is a lightweight version of the Sentry with increased mobility at the cost of damage output. In this version, behind the explosive damage reduction, your health regeneration starts as you deploy in Sentry mode. Again, keeps you alive, helps you go on massive kill streaks, it takes less time to fire. The only downside is it doesn't do as much damage as the base version, and I don't think it goes for as long as the base version either. So the trade-off is, though, that you can fire it faster and that you can move faster with it, and trust me, this is definitely worth it if you're playing game modes like Galactic Assault or Cap Supreme. Not so much in co-op, I wouldn't run this one, but definitely if you're trying to play any sort of competitive game mode, you want this card. I have countless hours of gameplay of me just pulling this thing out and shredding other teams. I mean, you can go on like 10 kill streaks really quickly with these things, because if you go on a quick 3 to start the game, pull this out, melt down a bunch of troopers, you're getting the battle points to be a hero right out of the gates, and then from there you can either choose to either keep racking up battle points that you can play as a hero, whether it be in the second stage or any of the different stages of Galactic Assault later on down the line, or you can just rack up all the hero points, get a hero at the beginning of the game, and go on a massive kill streak and finish at the top of the boards. Whatever you like, I think that this is definitely the best class out of all of them. I think that this is definitely the best star card that you can run on this hero. It's a must if you're playing any sort of competitive game mode. And yeah, let's jump right into what gun I use. So I use the TL-50, which is a heavy repeater which was manufactured for the Imperial Special Forces, capable of delivering a storm of blaster bolts as well as a devastating concussion blast. So I think this is easily the best weapon out of all of them for this class. It has the best rate of fire with the best damage combo. Honestly, it plays way better in game than the stats show in the menu, and I do run some mods on it. The first one that I run is improved cooling. Obviously it helps for the cooling only being about halfway full up on the chart. And the second one I run is reduced spread, and this is the extended barrel, allowing greater precision. Again, this works better when you're using it in long range, so once you get these equipped, I would run these two. The last one is an alternate fire, and personally I don't really like it just because sure it does a high amount of damage, but for me I'd rather just be safe and get the kills the normal way. So when you run the heavy guys, you really honestly should be on the point, or near the point at least. I mean, that's where the most amount of people are going to be. You probably have, honestly, with your shield, the most amount of like protected health out of any trooper class. I know officer you can buff and whatnot, but I just think that this is just, you have so much of an advantage with the heavy weaponry that you have. I think that just the damage overall that you can do as a heavy class, you want to be on the point, because that's where most people are going to go at the end of the day. You know, most people are trying to play the point or play the objective to keep the game going, whether it's capital supremacy if you're just taking a point full of bots, or if you're trying to stop somebody in Galactic Assault. You know, the point is the most important objective of this game, and that's where the most people are going to be, and when you're running a card like this, you want to be on it. I'd say for the maps like Hoth, you might not want to run the heavy class just because it's such a long range map until you get up into Echo Base, and then, you know, the second and third stage of that map. I don't know how co-op is going to work, or how whatever the other game mode is, Cap Supreme coming with Hoth, or like the open maps like that. I don't know how the heavy is going to technically work on those maps, but for now, it's definitely the best bet when you're any sort of like mid-range to close quarters. Even in long range, you can pick off an enemy a time or two, but just in general, you want to be playing close quarters with this one. I'd say for the longer maps like Geonosis or Hoth, stick to either an assault, not even an assault because you got points on this one, but I'd say either an assault or a sniper class, just because, you know, that's the most damage you're going to be able to do to a trooper from that far away. You know, you're not going to be picking people off. For the Mobile Sentry, you're only going to get 2 or 3 kills from far away. With the sniper, you're going to get massive kill streaks. But just in general, guys, I think that it's definitely best to stick with heavy no matter what map you're playing, unless, again, it's super far range. Play the point for sure. You want to be getting up in the other team's grill with this heavy class, and just protect your teammates, especially when somebody's on the point on maps like Yavin where they're trying to detonate the bombs at the start. If you just guard the guy with your shield out or with your Mobile Sentry, people are running out. They're not expecting to get mowed down by something like that. You get 4 or 5 quick kills towards your battle points, and then, you know, if you're just playing the objective, more than likely you're gonna have enough for a hero by the time you die. Your first or second run through if you're able to spawn back on somebody. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little bit of a tutorial. If you guys did, leave a like and subscribe. Stay locked to the channel. I'm gonna be covering all of the heroes. Eventually, I just did BB-8 and BB-9E because they were recently released, but I'm going to be going back and doing like Darth Vader because I know he's getting a nerf tomorrow, or whenever this video comes out, I know he's getting some sort of a nerf with his choke. I know Leia will have different, or she's going to have a rework, same with Chewbacca and Boba Fett, so those will be fun ones to do when they come and do those ones. But then, of course, I'll be doing like Luke Skywalker and stuff. I just want to hold off on the OG trilogy ones until Capital Supremacy comes out for those modes. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out.